I'm going to show you how to graph something in standard form now. First we'll do it by putting it in slope-intercept form, which we did in the last section. And then we'll do it by finding the intercepts, which I just showed you how to do. So here's what I want to graph. Negative 3x minus 4y equals negative 12. And I'm going to do that by solving for y, or putting it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And when I do that, the 3x's cancel. I get negative 4y equals, and then here I just have 3x minus 12. And I can't actually combine the things on the right because one of them has an x and one of them doesn't. Now I want to divide everything by negative 4. And that gives me y on the left. And on the right, I have 3 over negative 4, and I'm just going to put the negative out in front, and then x. And negative 12 divided by negative 4 just gives me positive 3. So I divided each thing separately here. I divided 3 by negative 4 and got negative 3/4. I divide negative 12 by negative 4, I get 3. And if you remember slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. B tells you where to start on y, and m is your rise over your run. So for this problem, I'm going to start at 3. I'm going to move down because of the negative, so I move down 3, right 4, and I will connect those 2 points with a nice smooth line. And that is slope-intercept form. So if you can solve for y, you can graph this standard form equation just like we did when we had slope-intercept form. Okay, now the second method I'm going to show you, I actually like this one a little better because a lot of times it goes more quickly. I'm going to do it by finding the intercept. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I plug in a 0 for y. That means in my original problem, the negative 4y is gone, because it just became 0, and I just have negative 3x equals negative 12. That's what I'm solving. Very simple equation to solve. You just divide by negative 3. You get x equals 4. So when y is 0, x is 4. Okay? Now let's find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, I make x 0. Remember what I said before. Whatever intercept you're looking for, make the other variable 0. So if I plug in a 0 for x, I get negative 4y equals negative 12. And when I divide both sides by negative 4, I get y equals 3. So when x is 0, y is 3. Now, hopefully, if I've done everything right, the line that I get should match very closely to the one that I just drew. They should be the same, but I'm not that good an artist. So, 4 on x, 0 on y, and 0 on x, 3 on y. And let's see if these 2 points match up pretty well. The slope should look exactly the same. It looks pretty close. My artistic skills are just not quite there, but this is my line, and pretty much looks like the other line that I drew. We did it 2 different methods. First by solving for y and putting in slope-intercept form, and the second method by finding the intercepts. Let's do one more like that, and I will actually skip ahead a little bit here and do the one on the next page. So I have 3x minus 5y equals 15. And I'm going to do this 2 ways. First of all, I'm going to do it by putting it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides to solve for y. And bring down the negative 5y in the next step. And then here I have negative 3x plus 15. Again, you can't combine those because one has a variable, one doesn't. We don't really want to. We want our x term to be in front. That's going to help us find our slope. Then I divide everything by negative 5, and I get y equals, well, negative 3 divided by negative 5 is just 3/5 x, And then 15 divided by negative 5 is going to give me a negative 3. So for this graph, I am going to start at negative 3, and I'm going to go up 3, right 5, and I will connect both those dots with a nice straight line here, and that gives me my linear equation. So remember, we started on negative 3 on y, and then the slope told us to go up and over. That's our rise over our run. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to graph the same equation, but in a different way. I'm going to do it by finding the intercepts. So if I want to find the y-intercept, I plug in a 0 for x. That means the 3x is gone. I have negative 5y equals 15, or y equals negative 3. Just divided everything by negative 5. So when x is 0, y is negative 3. Now I'm going to find the x-intercept. It doesn't matter which one you find first. So if I want to find the x-intercept, I make y 0. At the x-intercept, the y-coordinate is 0. So that means the negative 5y goes away. I get 3x equals 15. Very simple equation. It's a one-step equation. Divide both sides by 3. Get x equals 5. So the point 5, 0 is also on my graph. And let's see what I get when I plot these points. So 0, negative 3. And 5 on x and 0 on y. And if I connect these two dots, just like that, I get the same graph no matter how I choose to do it. So you choose which method you feel most comfortable with, and that's the one I want you to practice and focus on, and show me how great you can do at it when I get back. It'll be pretty awesome to see.